Tonight, in the final game of the WDL Winter 2018 season, two teams battle for the right to call themselves world champions. In an unlikely turn of events, the number 6 seeded Phantom Troupe punched a ticket to a Week 2 rematch against the top seeded Best Ever. Will Ty and his Phantom Troupe upset the status quo, or can King and the Best Ever finally taste championship gold? This is the DemonSphere Championship Classic. Welcome everybody to the DemonSphere Championship Classic 9. I am league commissioner and host Ralphus, joined by Alt Stab and producer Cabler. Hello guys, thanks for being here tonight, helping out.
What's going on?
So tonight we got a big matchup here between Best Ever and the Phantom Troupe. In an unlikely matchup, the Best Ever number 1 seed come into this game as expected, kind of rolled into this spot, but TPT, the Phantom Troupe, Ty's team, came in at number 6, and they had 2 upsets to get their way here. So, what do you guys think about this matchup?
Really a remarkable run by TPT, coming in as the 6th seed, which means that they've been going, they haven't had the home field advantage in any of their matches so far, and they won't again here tonight. But so far, it hasn't mattered. They've been able to steal 1 round, at least, from the opponent's home field, and they're so far undefeated on their own home field, map 8, which is going to be the question here tonight. I guess the question here tonight is going to be, can they steal one of BST's home field maps, and then can BST do any better than Duck and GPS have done in the playoffs so far on map 8? So,
well, let's touch on the starting lineups here. So Best Ever, led by Captain King. All 3 times that he's captained this team, they've made it to the finals. The last 2 times, they came away empty-handed. This season, in the regular season, King had 20 points scored. He was the league leader in points per round. An impressive offensive force, so he could definitely propel them forward once they get over to the Phantom Troupe's home fields. The rest of his starting lineup here, Infer, his sophomore season, he makes his 2nd appearance. Both seasons that he's played, he's made it to the finals, this time going against his captain from last season on the other team, Caution. And Legion has had a very, very brief appearance once when he played for SXP just to fill in the middle of the game. But this is his first true start here in the WDL in the finals. On the other side, we have Ty. His first start as a captain in the finals since the IDL Summer 2007 season. So it's been 11 years since Ty has captained a team in the finals.
Wow.
And he did have an appearance on a team in Season 2 of the WDL. Caution, he's been the back-to-back. This is his third in a row, a chance to really cement his legacy here as a 3-time-in-a-row champion. And Dastin has been electric this season. And we're going to get this game started 10 seconds in here on Best Ever's home field, map 14. What do you expect to see here in this first round out of BST?
BST played this map extremely aggressively, just like they played pretty much every map this season. Oh, look at this rocket jump by Infer.
And Dastin has the flag. Both flags are back on the stand. Two potent, offenses here. Although TPT is not known for their offense, the maps that they're good at, they are very good. But Best Ever scores here in the first 40 seconds.
Not at all surprised to see that.
And Legion comes up big with this first. And that puts Best Ever up 1-0 here in the first round. Now, of course, those who are joining us for the first time or not really familiar with the WDL playoffs, this is a best-of-5 format. And in that format, the first two maps will be played on the higher ranked seeds home field. So Best Ever, they're going to get to play this map twice, then it's going to go back to the Phantom Troupe's home field, and they're going to get an opportunity to bring it back around, which has worked out very well for them so far this playoffs. TPT has really used their own home field to their advantage more than most teams ever do. They have not even given up a score on their own home field yet?
I'd have to check, but I don't remember one. So that right there says something.
So Infer has a flag here, but it is returned.
Couple of dramatic returns from BST's, almost desperate returns after they went up 1-0. So
now Infer's across here, and it looks like he's going to try and score, and he does. So Best Ever goes up 2-0 here in the first 2 minutes. This is just like their game against the Panthers last week.
But just like that, oh, we have a scoring opportunity here.
But a huge opportunity squandered.
3 times
He
now.
does not make it. Now Rosking's got his hand on the flag. Why don't we view Rosking for a second here? He's really the life force, and he grabs the flag here on a pickup, and he starts to kind of trot it across the the mid.
Ran into a pillar.
Rosking, I really want to get a good look at him because he has been just playing out of his mind this season. Probably one of his best seasons I've ever seen.
And he kind of looks like
kinda,
he's out of his mind when you watch his POV. He's sort of all over the place. But I mean, it works for him.
He's kind of when you look at him here, he's playing defense. Look, he's going to stop both of these guys most likely. He stops both offensive players from TPT. He's about to stop a third with Caution most likely. But actually Caution is dancing with him. Can Caution find his way out of the base?
He's got help.
And Rosking chases Caution down. Gets a kill and allows his team to try and make a score, but Legion drops it. And Rosking is playing defense here for the Best Ever. Why don't we hop on over to Ty and take a look and see what he's up to. He's playing defense for the Phantom Troupe. And so far he's given up 2 flags here tonight. Legion kind of walks right past him here. And Legion just burns Ty on the way out. What kind of adjustments do you think we're going to have to see out of TPT to make sure that this doesn't slip away from them? They're down 3-0 here in the first round now. Certainly not out of it, but
one thing that we've seen happen in the past is they'll switch Ty onto mid and they'll put Caution on D. So that might be something we'll see here.
And I think Legion is worth a watch here. Legion running out with the flag. Rosking does pick it up. Legion blocks him, but he makes one of the kills. Fortunately, the Troupe is there to get the return. Now the Troupe is really throwing all of their offense at him. You're starting to see Dastin, who has had a career season starting in this game. The Moroccan Thunder, as he's so-called.
Affectionately known.
Now Legion with another nice grab here. He's on the move out. He makes it to the stairwell, and he does put another flag on the stand with 5:30 on the clock. So best ever in the first round here, making quick work of the Phantom Troupe, trying to get the shutout. Legion going for his second flag here on 1 life possibly. He's unable to get it across, but the flag is still out, and there's no return there.
Yeah, Ty lucky to be where he was at the time. We're not even 5 minutes through this map, not even halfway through, and it's already 4-0. Almost the game could be over here shortly.
And you know, we're starting to see why the best ever. Look, Legion is about to put this on the stand, and they're going to take the first round just like that. Took about half of the time that they're allotted. You know, this is why best ever is the #1 team in the league this season. Their offense is almost unstoppable. They've been making quick work of most teams. The Phantom Troupe is going to definitely have to do something different here in the second round. You look at the frag difference here, 112 to 78. Best ever is simply out-fragged the Phantom Troupe big time. Rosking putting up 50 on the board.
Yeah, that offense for BST is just like a blitzkrieg. It just keeps coming at you, and before you know it, you know, boom, 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 boom. You're just looking up the scoreboard going, what happened?
Now both flags are out here. Legion makes it out to mid. Infer gets another grab here, gets it out to mid, but the Troupe is all over them. They need to really try and prevent these early scores. It really puts
and
their
it does
back
look like
against the wall.
they put caution in at defense. So Ty now doing mid.
Yep, and Jake Caution is definitely on defense here.
Dastin with a clean touch here. He's out to mid.
And you're seeing Infer is trying to make a stop here, but Dastin gets it across. And could we see what happened last week when the Phantom Troupe faced the Superchargers? You know, the first round last week, TPT lost 5-0 on the Superchargers home field. And they came back and won the second round, which really tilted the game in their favor big time. So they have an opportunity to do that here again.
And the same thing happened against GPS. They lost big in round 1, and then were able to come back with an adjustment in round 2 and steal home field advantage away.
So Jake looking very potent here on defense. He is making work of Legion and Infer. But he's not going to be able to hold him off forever. TPT does need to keep the pressure on.
Rosking killing everybody at mid.
And Rosking with a great mid play.
And he
but
gets
the flag
this one,
is
though.
down, and a huge return by the Troupe. And Dastin gets a flag grab here. We're going to have a standoff situation. Legion's across with the other flag. Both flags are returned simultaneously in the opposite base.
Which means the defenders are off their positions. But it looks like they recovered.
So a couple minutes into this game here, it looks like the Troupe has really fixed what was ailing them in the first round, just as they have every week so far in these playoffs. They lead 1-0 here.
Infer with a touch, he's out to mid. Got a little help.
And
Oh, look
Dastin's
at that
got a grab
run.
too. And you'll notice that Caution is not abandoning defense when that flag gets out. He doesn't want to allow for 2 scores to possibly happen once they get too far across.
And BST's got a chance at one here.
And the flag
They
is
get this
laying
kill.
there.
They do,
Caution
they get the
does know
pickup.
it's there. And now this is a situation where both flags are out. And now both flags are... Oh, Ty actually has the flag, which is a rare occurrence.
Well, yeah, when you get out of position like that as a defender, you're thinking, well, I'm just going to grab the flag and go as far as I can get, pretty much.
Now Caution playing defense from the top. That seems to be working very well for him. He jumps down to meet Legion here in the stairwell.
All he needed Infer to beat, and he beat him.
Oh, but Jake Caution does get the grab and puts a flag on the stand. And the Troupe now is up 2-0, and Caution gets a lucky spawn, clears both defenders. I mean,
Wow.
the Troupe are really in an excellent position right here at this point.
And
You're
here
starting to see
comes
Rosking
another one.
grabbing the flag. And this adjustment is really just... It has TPT reeling here. But Rosking is trying to bring the momentum back for BST. BST does get a score. 6 minutes
nice
and 10
rebound.
seconds on the clock. So the score right now, TPT up 3-1. But the round count, belongs to BST 1-0. So as you said, you know, TPT playing very hard right now. They have an opportunity to steal that home field advantage away. Go back to their home field that they are undefeated on in the playoffs. Not sure they've ever even been scored on their home field. So this is a huge opportunity for Ty and the rest of his team.
And for BST, I mean, this is something
Legion with a great run here.
Yeah, something of a nightmare they find themselves in. I mean, you're down by multiple scores on your home field, and you're starting to wonder, is the same thing that happened to Suck and the same thing that happened to GPS going to happen to us? And they give up another one.
Yeah, and now what looked to be a blowout affair after the first round, it's the script is flipped here. The Troupe are up 4-1 with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to play on Best Ever's home field. The Best Ever are going to have to really pull out some crazy tricks to bring this back in their favor.
So even if they do manage to survive PPT's home field, now when they come back here, what are they going to do to combat this new lineup that TPT's thrown at them?
And this is an opportunity right here for the Troupe to put this round away. And a huge return by Legion. He saves the round. There's still plenty of time on the clock. The last round took less than 5 minutes. 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock here. If Best Ever can stabilize the defense, they have an opportunity to really make something happen. So both flags are back on the stand. Everything's reset. 4:20 on the clock. And Dastin has a flag grab here.
Infer has to make that shot, and he does. And now
Rosking is
playing
across.
body shield.
And Best Ever's able to use a lot of great teamwork there. They drop the flag in the stairwell, but they recover. They get up the stairwell. So now they're crawling back into this.
One step at a time.
They may have found an answer for the Troupe, but they're still down. There's no room for error. And Caution is killed by an escaping Legion here. And Legion puts another one on the board, so Best Ever now down only one, 4-3. TPT leads, 3:36 on the clock.
And that was really nice by Legion. Oh, Infer gets killed.
Oh, and a huge return by Rosking. You know, Rosking is really going out of his mind right now. If you look at the scoreboard, he has 61 frags. The next closest in the entire game is 44. Caution on defense on the other side. I mean, Rosking is killing anything that moves.
Dastin's getting a blue armor touch. He's got the rocket launcher out. He makes the rocket jump.
And
He's
this
over
is
mid. He's in his own base.
Can he make it up? And it looks like he's gonna. And the Phantom Troupe, they steal a round once again. This number 6 seeded team continues to surprise week after week in the playoffs, and here we are in the DemonSphere Championship Classic 9, the finals. They do it again. So TPT steals the round from Best Ever. Is this going to be a repeated fate for Rosking, his third championship appearance? He's going to have to pull something out here to finally get that win. And now we're on map 8. The Phantom Troupe's home field, they have dominated every team that they've faced here.
I just want to say that was what a huge play by Dastin. He just keeps coming up with them. Now on the biggest stage, he does it again.
So I think we're going to see a real change of pace here. Although the teams are still going to rush, I don't think that we're going to see 5 flags on the board in either of these rounds. Just the nature of the map, low scoring in general. But Caution
early touch
is almost out to mid here. It's important to note that if you look at historical preferences and play from teams, both Rosking and Caution come from a classic R mentality. They are no stranger to this map. They're quite frankly known for it. So I don't think that Rosking or his team are afraid of playing the Phantom Troupe here on this map. I think that they can go toe-to-toe with Ty, Caution, and Dastin.
Absolutely.
Now Infer's got his hand on the Troupe's flag here. He tries to make it out to the lift with a little bit of help from Legion, but they're unable to make it out. We'll take a look at Legion here, who is low in points, but it looks as though he's playing a mid sort of role, trying to assist Infer on the way out. Looks like he might be pushing up into the mid here, trying to spawn frag, trying to control that lift. Let's talk about how important controlling the top areas of this map are. You know firsthand. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Well, as a UD member, you know, this map is not exactly my forte, but yeah, I mean, essentially, if you are in control of your own base's top, you can prevent the rocket jumping from happening. And you know, once you get knocked down from there, you know, you're kind of blind. You're in a position where you're going to have to chase, you know, a runner into the back of the base, or wait for him to come out, and then you don't know what's going to happen. He's going to rocket jump up, and then he has all kinds of options. So it's really important to just kind of make sure that as a defender you stay up there and don't die.
And really, there's another component, which is stealing the enemy's top area. You know, pushing in, taking over their top, dominating it, and making sure that they can't come up and defend.
Exactly.
While your other runner pushes, he has room to operate with rocket jumps, or
if your mid can
using
spawn
a lift.
frag from the top, and it gives the runner just, you know, so much more space to do what they need to do.
So we're seeing a lot of rocket jump play out of Dastin here. He's really favoring the far side. Meanwhile, Legion has made it to mid, and Legion is across, and their Infer is to help him, and Ross King picks it up as well. Best Ever could strike first, and it looks like TPT might be mortal after all here on map 8, as they go down 1-0 here.
Massive, huge capture. Maybe the first against this team in the playoffs.
And a great teamwork, just all around by BST there. You know, Best Ever. Legion got it across mid. Infer assisted him all the way across. He was downed, but you know, Infer was there to grab it. When he was down, Ross King was there to just come right out, pick it up, and walk it in for the score. That's great communication, and they're just in sync right now. So they need to try to continue to hold off Dastin.
Really, the first time this match, we're seeing a little bit of pressure now put on TPT. Let's see how they respond.
So now we're going to watch Dastin here, as he's stuck in the lava pit. But he does make it out. And Legion on his way out here, once again unopposed, but TPT is there to stop him. Caution on top of it.
Speaking of caution, he's just having such a hard time. He's made a bunch of sneaky maneuvers like this to get into base.
And now Caution
Untouched.
is on his way out, but he eats a rocket to the face, slows him down.
Yeah, that was a nice rocket, crucial.
Now we'll keep our eye here on Caution for a moment. It looks like
I was just about to say how hard BST has been making things for him.
now Dastin's out the mid. He makes the jump, but his team cannot help him get across. Infer's there to slow it down. And once again, Ross King with the frags. He's sitting at 40 frags here. 13 more, 12 more than any other player in the game.
Dastin seems to have snuck into TPT's base, but
he makes a questionable shot. They didn't know he was there. Now they do.
He did the
Well,
same
he does
thing
make it to the
last
lift.
week in a similar situation.
Oh, and instead of going up the lift, he just tries to power his way out to mid.
Almost
And
worked for him.
And it does work for Caution. Picks it up. He has a chance to tie it up right here. With 3:55 on the clock, he's chased in, but he's able to kill Infer and score. So now TPT kind of takes control again.
Nice pickup.
They're tied up here 1-1. And a tie this round would ensure that we go to 5 rounds. And it would be a very interesting turn of events. Because each team would have one more opportunity on their own home field. And if both win, they'll have to come back here for a 6th round.
Yeah, and a tie is entirely possible on map 8. Pretty much impossible on our last map. But not an uncommon occurrence here.
So 3 minutes on the clock here. We're tied up in the round 1-1. We're tied up in the round count. Best Ever won the first game 5-0, but
incoming rocket
comes
jump
back the
from
next
Caution
round.
here.
And Caution fails the rocket jump. He doesn't get the trajectory he needs. And he gets shot back in the base.
Tough, he had 100 health too.
Now Legion with the flag, he's going to make it up the lift here. And he makes it out to... Oh, he decides not to run the mid. But that may have been a mistake because the tie's right there to grab him before he can pull off any sort of special move. So Legion opts to not go up the lift, and he's going to work his way around here. I think Legion is the view right now. It's hard to stay focused on one because Dastin and Legion are really dueling in flag touches.
We got Caution and Dastin both in. Caution.
Infer makes it out with the flag. He makes it to his own base. His flag, he needs to return it. And, ooh, Dastin almost there with a return over the top. He rocket jumps in, but he cannot stop Infer, who had 11 health. Infer puts Best Ever back up 2-1 here on the Troupe's home field. So, minute 43 seconds to play here. Do you think that we're going to start to see a prevent defense come out of Best Ever? Will they keep the pressure on?
I don't know if it's in BST's nature to do something like that, but it's certainly something that you could try here. I mean, a minute and a half is not that long to hold off another team on map 8.
So, minute and 15 on the clock. Best Ever coming up big here in round 3. They are up 2-1 on TPT's home field. And at this point, you know, we have a situation where they might just be trading map after map here until we get to the 5th round. This is the first time we've seen TPT have a problem on their own map. And Infer makes it across with 5 health.
Wow.
And he's going to almost seal round 3 for Best Ever. They're up 3-1 with 48 on the clock. Barring a miracle, TPT goes into round 4 with their back against the wall. Fortunately for them, this may have just been a misstep, and they can get back on that horse and make the 4th round count in their favor. So Dastin makes it to mid here, and almost, not
they
almost,
picked it up,
looks
though.
like TPT is going to put another one on. And might be the momentum they need going into round 4 here. And there's still enough time for one more score, but I don't think we're going to see it. You're going to see Best Ever really pull back, stop the Troupe's attack. There's only 8 seconds on the clock now. We're not going to see another score, so Best Ever steals the Troupe's home field now as we go into round 4.
I don't know what to think now.
Yeah, so this is
Anything
the
could
first
happen.
time we've seen any sort of weakness out of the Troupe on their home field. On the flip side, I mean, you know, they got Best Ever on their home field, so this is round 4. This is do or die for the Phantom Troupe. Best Ever leads 2-1 in the round count. They can finish this game off with a win here. The tie won't do it for them, but the win will put the title in Best Ever's hands. The Troupe can force a 5th round if they can just either tie or, what would be better for them, a victory. And you have to wonder if maybe that capture at the end of the last round will help provide them the momentum they need. But Best Ever's attack here, they're just pushing so hard. They're really overwhelming the Troupe's defense.
Yeah, I don't see much of a difference, honestly, from either team right now in terms of play style.
So we're about a minute here, and nothing has really happened this round. You know,
Dastin might make
really
a rocket
calmed down.
jump here.
Yep, Dastin does have the flag. He doesn't go for the rocket jump. He gets the kill, but he has to fight the entire Best Ever squad, all 3 guys in his way. on the way out. And Dastin with the rocket jump play, I mean...
Had the rocket launcher, I thought he might go for it after he got that kill.
He moves with the rocket launcher as if it's just normal running and jumping for any other player. He's really innovative with it. He knows how to take very little damage on his jumps, and that really extends the life of his run.
Yeah, he's really an artist with the rocket launcher.
So 8:20 on the clock here. Neither team has really come close to a score here in this round, and that's really in Best Ever's favor. Even if they can survive with a tie this round, that's going to put them in position to just win it back all on their home field.
Right, so it gives them an advantage. Although things didn't go so well for them, round 2 on their own home field, so, both teams have stolen one from...
Now, Rosking is up with the Troupe's flag, but they do get a return on the top area.
Yeah, Dastin happened to be there, helped out.
So you have to think that after
rocket jump incoming from Dastin right here, you think. He doesn't go for it. He's got 94 health. Okay, there we go.
He does go for it. That's an innovative jump that he just did there, too.
And he rocket jumps
and he goes to the far side. It looks like Dastin is going to... Wow, and somehow Best Ever gets the return. They are waiting for Dastin's jump in the top area.
Perfect.
Incredible. And now Legion is out across mid, and the Troupe could be punished entirely for this. And they are. Best Ever turns an almost sure score by TPT into their own score. You got a great play by Infer and Legion there. Infer with a huge return, Rosking disrupting the middle area during that time. Legion grabs the flag and goes, and just all three of those components happening at the same time allows Best Ever to score, go up 1-0 again on the Troupe's home field. They have an opportunity to win it all right here. So now we have a standoff. Now Infer's across mid. He's got 10 health.
Nobody knew he was there.
Oh, and this is going to be a huge play for Best Ever if they can put this on the stand, and they do. Best Ever goes up 2-0. 6:20 on the clock. The Troupe has to be wondering what's going on. We cannot be defeated on this map. It hasn't even come close to happening before now.
And now they're facing elimination on their own home field. It's crazy.
And this is really why Best Ever was the #1 seed this season. I mean, they had one loss to SXP, but aside from that, they've really beaten up on most teams. These two teams did face off in week 2, and it was a close game. It was a 3-rounder. They tied the first round. Best Ever did win the second and third round, but by very narrow margins. So Infer going to go for a rocket jump here, and he makes another one, and he has a chance to get out to mid, and he makes it.
Oh!
And it looks like he gets the support from his team, and Ross King's fragging power is just off the charts this game. Look at the frag counts if you look at the scoreboard. Ross King has 40 frags. Both of his other teammates show 14. He is doing the heavy lifting when it comes to controlling the mid, deciding who's going to come through and who's not. And Best Ever is up 3-0. They are in the driver's seat. This is their game to lose at this point. 5 minutes on the clock. TPT still has time to do it, but their backs are against the wall here.
And Caution was at mid in front of Legion, or Infer, shooting rockets at him, but then he fell into the pit and blew himself up, and at that point there was just nobody else.
Now Infer with a run here. Legion is there to help cover. Infer does get killed. And Dastin makes an amazing run
and
across
Caution
mid. Caution's there to grab it. Can they...
And the return.
And signs of life from the Phantom Troupe. 4 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock. Best Ever leads 3-1. If the Troupe can tie or win this round, they'll extend the game. But a loss gives this entire championship to Best Ever. So Infer's up on the top here with a rocket jump. A lot of rocket jump play. A lot of sneaky stuff. Infer tries to rocket jump out.
But they don't
makes it out to mid anyway.
I think they heard the rocket jump and weren't sure where he was.
And now Legion is going to score another one, most likely. And Best Ever's up 4-1. This is danger zone for the Phantom Troupe. 3 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock. Best Ever likely could just play defense from here on out.
It would take one hell of a comeback at this point.
So now Ty has left D. He's got the flag, but he's out to mid, unopposed. And
ahead of
everybody. They're trying to stop him, but it looks like Ty is going to take it. He's going to put it on the stand. Oh, what a huge return from Rosking. Rosking jumps over the top and says, forget it.
Oh my
God. It's not happening today. Rosking stops the score from TPT. An incredible move, but Dastin still is able to get the rebound and put another one on the stand. So 3 minutes on the clock. Best Ever leads 4-2. They have a 2-flag margin. This is not impossible for Dastin's going to get another touch here unopposed. Not an impossible task here for TPT.
He's
Dastin
across.
makes it out the mid. He makes it across mid. He's got 15 health. Is that going to be enough?
Can't make the shot there.
Infer is to get a huge return. Rosking has the flag on one side. Caution has the flag on the other. You have to wonder what Caution is thinking about doing here. It's all on the line. Best Ever scores one more flag. And Caution makes it out to mid. And he gets a double kill. If they could just get this return.
They do.
And it looks like TPT is going to put another one on the board. Dastin gets the third one on the board. 4-3 now. The Troupe signs of life. Plenty of time on the clock. They're down one flag. 2 minutes remain.
In a minute and a half, they managed to turn this around completely. And for going for a rocket jump here, though, ooh, that was dangerous.
And Caution also misses his rocket jump. So 1 minute and 48 on the clock. TPC still in trouble if they can't score another flag. Legion on his way out of the base. Infer with the pickup. So TPT is able to clear the base, but again, Best Ever is right there. They're already back into the base. And Rosking has a flag. And Rosking has a chance
he falls in the
put
pit.
This away. He's stuck in the mid.
It claims another.
So 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock. If there's ever a time for a miracle out of the number 6th ranked Phantom Troupe, it's now. They've played admirably through the entire playoffs. They've overcome huge odds up to this point. Both flags are out. Dastin makes it to mid, but it is returned by Legion. Infer has a chance to put this game away if he can get out to mid, but he cannot. But Legion grabs the flag. He makes it out. This is an opportunity for both teams. The flags are returned. 45 seconds on the clock. If TPT cannot tie this game, Best Ever is taking it all home tonight. So Legion's holding the flag here, and Ty has the flag for the Troupe. Ty goes down. The flag is returned. Legion makes it across mid.
Caution
got
going for
50
the rocket
health,
jump.
35 health. He makes it to his flag room. Caution can't make the jump, but the flag is down up top. Can they get a return? They get the return, and Best Ever wins the DemonSphere Championship Classic in 4 rounds in an amazing sweep on the Phantom Troupe's home field here. The first time we've seen the Troupe go down this season, they lose both times on their home field, although you have to give it to them. They really fought back hard here in the 4th round. I almost thought that they were going to be able to do it, and they fought as hard as you could. The number 6 ranked TPT puts up a great match against the number 1 ranked Best Ever. So Rosking finally gets his championship gold.
The curse is lifted.
Yeah, true. 3 appearances, he finally wins one. Infer wins his 2nd consecutive season, so he is 2 for 2 in the WDL. And Legion, a longtime IDL and WDL veteran, is able to get his first starting championship. So congratulations to the Best Ever. They really earned it this season. They had an excellent season. Just great teamwork and individual play out of everybody. And as well for the Phantom Troupe, you know, they're going to probably feel bad about this, but they had an amazing run here at the end of the season. They entered the playoffs 1-2-2, and they found a way to win both playoff games against teams ranked higher than them without home field advantage. They stole a map out of BST is home field here, so
It
really
was
some
a
great play.
run.
Ty had an excellent season as captain. Caution, as always, excellent. And Daston, this was his coming out party this season. He really ascended to a starter role. Everyone thought that once Stark was traded to TPT, that Daston would be relegated to a bench role, but he proved that he is a starter in the WDL, and I think that we're going to see that in many more seasons to come.
Absolutely. And as for a finals game, I mean, you can't ask for a game better than that. Excellent play on both sides. We saw all kinds of amazing individual plays and just fantastic team play by BST overall. Loved it.
Well, congratulations to the best ever. Now, the DemonSphere Championship Classic winners, the WDL champions. They're going to be able to hold that title for a couple of months. But on that front, we have some news. It looks like the signups for the summer season will begin on early May, and week 1 is slated to begin May 28th. And pretty much all the games will run through June because it's a 5-weekend month this year. So be on the lookout for that. There will be signups coming soon. DoomLeague.org.
We're going to be doing some.
We're
going to be doing some other events. We're thinking. So just kind of stay tuned to the website. We're thinking there's a few tournaments we're thinking about running. Maybe a manual return one again. A free for all tournament might be in the makings. So just stick around. Make sure to keep checking in on that website.
Yep, doomleague.org. Make sure you join our Discord. There's a lot of activity on there daily. And congratulations one more time to the best ever, the current reigning WDL champions of Winter 2018. So, on behalf of myself, AltStab, and K-Blair, we thank you for tuning in here tonight for this excellent game. We had a great season. Hope to see everybody back and more for the summer season. Thank you so much for making this league what it is. So congrats again one more time to BST. We'll see you next season.